Get Haunted, where you are the investigator. Get Haunted. Paranormal Investigations isn't a show. It's your experience. Join this premier paranormal event company for real investigations at some of the nation's most haunted locations. This isn't a tour. This is hands-on. You'll use real equipment, explore active sites, and dive into the unknown. No scripts, no actors, just you, the gear, and whatever's waiting in the dark. Perfect for both first-timers and seasoned ghost hunters. Each event is guided by experienced investigators. But the discoveries, they're yours to make. 2025 is already jam-packed with incredible locations across the nation. Space fills up fast, so make sure to book your tickets now. Dare to get haunted? Find your next investigation at gethaunted.com.
Wow, look at that.
So I just want to say that I totally support you guys using that old intro because it has 2 of my locations for this year on it.
Okay. Well, you can either get busy and get a 26 done and add 4 of your locations.
There you go.
Or, create a very homogenous one that has everybody.
Yeah.
Or we can leave it up to the viewers and I'll give a kick-ass gift out to whoever comes up with the best intro video.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that.
You like that?
You trust that?
But you have to include Chris. Oh, and we'll explain why. That's why everybody's here tonight. Beyond the experiment. Look at that. 2 brothers, and and I'm sorry if this is not you guys, but I know you're working on it. I've asked Mike to explain what is. We'll get to that. But hello.
We got lots. We got lots to talk about today.
Oh, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah. I'm just kind of going through, letting everybody say hello to each and every one of you that are here with us tonight. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Chris. Happy New Year, Rob. It's 2026 today. How the heck was your New Year's Eve, everyone? Good?
Who's going first? Chris, you go first. How was your New Year's Eve? It looked like you had fun.
It was. I sat at home and watched Stranger Things. That was my New Year's.
I love that.
Blessed.
Well, I also, Sarah, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
You go.
I also watched, Danny watched Stranger Things while I worked, right? Because it's all Rob does is where all work and no play makes Robbie a dull boy. But I worked. And then if you're like crazy into the paranormal and you understand what Waverly Hills is, I was fine until about 11:30. And then I realized that at midnight, Waverly Hills was going live. Now, Extreme Ticketing, which is ours, we are the ticketing agency for Waverly Hills. And I don't know if I can put into words the amount of stress that happens before Waverly Hills goes live with anything. We got our first taste of it last year with Halloween, where we put up 9,600 tickets for October and November. And it's very stressful because that's a lot for them. It's a hell of a lot of money that's coming in. And for us, it was our first real go with something that large. And that went off pretty much without a hitch. Well, without a hitch at all. But when they launched their paranormal season, which is midnight on New Year's Eve every year, I've been told how big it is. It's like Taylor Swift tickets going live. Like there were people, so they're basically sold out already, day one for private paranormals for the year.
Wow.
It was insane. So my concern really was that the events went off and that the servers stayed up. And they did.
Good. Well, congratulations.
So that was good. But I was trying I was trying to enjoy watching that ball drop, but I could not stop thinking about what was about to happen as soon as that ball hit the bottom, and I was just refresh, praying that that site stayed up, and it did. So, congratulations to Waverly Hills for that insanity, and to Extreme Ticketing for surviving Waverly Hills. And what did you do, Sarah Jane?
I was in sweats, just chilling. I didn't really do anything.
No, you were just in a good mood, just sitting there
Yeah.
eating crackers.
No, I was eating little roast beef sandwich things. I
Oh.
just, yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't, I'm too old. Like I'm too old to go to the bar and go to the club, and good for everybody that does that. I just can't. Too many people, and the flu is out of control right now.
Yeah, people be fluing it up.
I don't want to be like, no offense to anybody, but everybody's talking about how horrible it is, and it's lasting like 2 weeks. It's like,
Yeah.
thank you, no, thank you. So
Yeah. So hopefully everybody on the side clearly had a safe weekend. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here. But Happy New Year to everybody. We have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of changes, a lot of new directions for Get Haunted. I think we're gonna share some things that we've hinted at a little bit, and share some information and talk.
Yeah, I think you have a beautiful presentation
Well, oh, she froze. She
for
flailed.
us too.
Yeah, so everybody's aware, I created tonight's presentation. I was supposed to have an outline done for everybody this afternoon. That didn't happen. I was out buying a shirt. So I just went and made it, and we're gonna riff off of it, right? Okay.
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I'm looking at all our different latenesses.
It's very different.
Chris is sitting in the dark.
You're in a salt room. Chris is in a basement.
I don't know.
No, I'm actually in a very well lit room.
Well, and
it doesn't look like it.
I feel like I'm too bright. Am I too bright for all of you?
Oh yeah, that's right. Rob is going to tell us what he bought for a haunted location.
I'm going to tell you a lot of stuff tonight. So there is a lot. There's so you both know there's 25 slides. Rob loves his PowerPoints, but we'll breeze through them.
Yeah.
So you let me know when you're ready to go. You seem subdued, Sarah.
I am all business tonight. I'm ready to go. I'm all business tonight.
Should we start? Should we all start?
I think everybody's excited to see what 2026 is going to look like. And to officially, I know, Chris, you had sort of a soft hard launch to Get Haunted Midwest for the last month. Really, I guess it was like end of October, November. You launched a few for your season 0. But what an amazing creative opportunity for everybody to join in with Get Haunted Midwest, but to be able to this is like the hard launch of Get Haunted Midwest. And like, if anybody looked at Extreme Ticketing, holy hell, there's some great events out there.
I actually have a slide on that.
I love it. I love it.
Rock your hair. Where in Jersey are you from? I'm from Jersey. You from Jersey?
She'd be like that. I feel like that would be a place I would love to go. Like Rock Your Hair Studios. I love that.
Like a cool place.
Yeah.
You know what, Angelina? I took a shower before the show, and I was looking at myself in the mirror like I always do. It's hard not to. I'm just like, look at me. But I did say, why do I look younger? It's maybe because I trimmed the beard. I don't know. Shut up. All right. So we called this the unmasking. Why? Because Chris was holding a mask, and I'm like, it's good. It's good enough. But we're gonna let you in a little bit behind. We're gonna pull the curtain back a little bit. There are some things that, well, I'll let these guys run, especially Sarah. There are some things we're going to share that are in the works.
Mhm.
And because we're so influential that we may not, and I'm saying that sarcastically, but we may not share all the details, just to protect certain things and people. But it is the year of the fire horse, kids, and I just did want to touch back on that. There's that fire horse kicking the shit out of the big old snake that was 2025. And it literally up until probably the very last hour, the year of the snake was prevalent. So, Chris,
Aw, look
so
at that picture.
it's a good picture.
That's me.
He's
That
like,
is you.
He's giving his.
So there may be some folks on the side. By now, everybody probably should know you. I don't know if everybody does, but why the hell are you doing this with us?
No, I'll tell you what. I started out wanting to just do content, YouTube content, filming events, and I've known you guys for years, and I've gone to the events. I've always loved the events, but it wasn't until last year where I was filming a bunch of them and going to all of them, and the one thing that stuck out to me at every event was that moment that somebody new came to the paranormal and they had that wow, that it opened up and it was like I just had my first experience, and being there and capturing that moment or being in that moment with that person just
Mhm.
felt so much to me like this is what I want to do.
Mhm.
And so that was when I was like, hey, let's team up and go for it. Yeah, Heidi was at Broadwell. We had a crazy night there last for season 0. Amazing location.
I love that because Chris, what you just said, it's that moment when you get to connect with somebody, especially somebody that's newer, brand new, or just a little newer to the paranormal, and they trust you at that moment and they come in and they open themselves up to an experience. And you're right, to be able to be there and witness it, it's it's invigorating, right? Like
Oh
it's
God.
really.
Yeah, for me it's one of the there aren't a lot of great reasons to want to do and host public events. It's a lot of work. It's very, very expensive. It's a huge gamble.
Mhm.
But it is those exact moments, right? And it's why I came back to it. Because I was doing it for somebody else and I'd left for a while. But God damn it, I missed exactly what you just described. So yeah, it's a big part of why we keep going. So, as we move into our fifth year here,
Mhm.
um, shut up. It was open because we're good friends, and your house is scary as shit. Um,
So true.
but you know, anybody that knows me knows I don't toss the keys over easily. So when Chris approached to want to get Haunted Midwest and put it, under him, it wasn't hard, right? Because I know your work ethic and I know you and I know your creativity and it was really a perfect fit. So I'm glad you're doing this, and it also means I don't have to drive through Ohio, which is great. All right, here we go. So Get Haunted Midwest, you can find them on Facebook. We do need to boost that following up a little bit. Even though we are all under the Get Haunted umbrella, please go to Get Haunted Midwest on Facebook. Get them some more followers and support Chris this year. The first year doing this is the scariest and it's the hardest because you don't really have the following yet, right? Because it takes time. And it's scary as shit. So seeing those numbers grow will help Chris maintain a positive trajectory. So go do it. Share it out. Make it happen. That's what social media is really for, folks. It's not for crying and whining. All right. The state of Get Haunted, where we've been, and here's where you guys get put on the hot seat. I will chime in after. State of Get Haunted, where we've been, where we're going. The truth is that the community and all the people that come to our events and those experiences that Chris talked about shape everything. And you'll see some new and cool things that we'll talk about here shortly. But everything from how we approach to who we approach to the way that we talk and do things and work with that community. So for Sarah Jane, I kind of took the role of the host here. I'm sorry.
That's good. That's good.
What were some wins for you, 2025?
Boy, I think just the how many people who were excited and willing to create opportunities for other people, right? Being a part of conversations with people and watching teams come together. I got to help Candy Slater with the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo. She trusted me. She trusted us to step in. We went really big. For some, that was probably looked a little messy in some areas, but the reality is we really wanted to bring as much as we could together in the community. And I think we did it. And yeah, there were some bumps along the way, but I think just seeing everybody with some positive, uplifting messages was such a win because, the dark side of paranormal sometimes overtakes, right? So we forget that it's not influencers or network television people that make the paranormal. It is you that interact and share and consume and add to. Like that's the meat of the paranormal, right? So I think the wins in my eyes, for me, is just sort of watching people who are a little quieter suddenly speak up and blossom.
Love it. Thank you, Chris. I know you only did a few events in 2025. What was the big win for you?
So, the big win overall was just being able to start up and do a couple events so late into the year. We talked about originally I was going to start in 2026, and then I think it was you were like, hey, why don't you see if you can grab a couple? And fortunately enough, we were able to snag 3 events at the very tail end of the year, and that was a huge win. Another win was being able to go to so many Get Haunted events this year for me. I think I went to all but 3.
You did
this year, and being able to meet so many different people at all these events, and because we talk to people in chat and that, but actually being there, shaking hands, talking to them, building that relationship, that was such a big win. And now carrying on into Get Haunted Midwest, having guests show up, people that I've never met before, and now my goal is to change their outlook on the paranormal for the good. And it's an amazing thing to have those connections and meet those people.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Sarah, any big lessons? What did 2025 teach you?
I think it taught me, gosh, that how like this isn't the show where I have my glass of wine where how honest do you want me to be here?
However you want. I mean, you
Yeah,
don't need, I know you don't need the wine, but
Chris is like, oh gosh. I think my biggest lesson for 2025 is this. I think that, and if you followed us at all, if you've listened to our Wednesday lives, I think getting too caught up in the trend of paranormal, sort of who we're supposed to be, sort of, all excited about. I think we've tried. We've tried to work with maybe certain levels of paranormal. We've tried to help where we can, and making some connections. Bridging, I think, is a word we've used before. And I think in the end, my biggest lesson has been this: there is a difference between exploring the paranormal and having more of an opportunistic view of the paranormal. So for me, my biggest lesson has been to not forget about my own personal journey and why I'm doing that, and why I guess I'm so excited that Chris said doing some of our events with us and then watching somebody new have an experience. That's what it's always been for me. It's always been about having that moment and to have a conversation about it. But we get so wrapped up in, oh, we got to hook up with this celebrity, or we got to hook up with this group, or we got to hook up with this, whatever the big thing is right now. And we've gone to these meetings and had the conversation of bridging the community, and it's just never really quite made it. It's never really quite what we had envisioned. And so my lesson really for 2025 is, I love everything everybody's doing. Go do it. I want to stick to really bridging our passion with the community and making those opportunities happen for them. So I won't make that mistake twice, I guess, Yeah.
Chris, did you have any lessons in 2025?
I think the biggest one is that if you have a goal, you can't just sit back and talk about reaching that goal. You got to take the action and go and do it.
Truth. Very true. For me, the wins, there were a few. Watching Rock Island come together at the end, Sarah, with all your hard work, and there was controversy around it, right? We all know, we had Annabelle there, we had Nesper there. You put in countless hours helping Candy and Lisa get that thing off the ground. And, there was always that risk, right? There was always that risk. But in the end, I almost, 2,500 people came through that thing, and it was cool. It was cool to see something that seemingly small when you compare it to like the big Paracons do so well for all these different reasons. It wasn't all Annabelle. I mean, the vibe and the atmosphere that you guys put together really made a difference. So that was one of the wins. Getting to the end of the year was a massive win, right? It's always, hey, folks, anybody that runs any business on their own, it's scary. It's hard work. You don't get to do the vacations. There's always something that you have to get done. So making it through another year, alive was a big win. Lessons learned, in the same vein as Sarah, it was, don't let the distractions in for me, and there were plenty of distractions. So yeah, again, as we ended 2025 and watching all these emails come in, watching Waverly be so successful, it was really this fitting first few moments coming into 2026. Thank you, Jason. And You know, I will. I'm going to mention Jason here. I ran into Jason somewhere that I really didn't want to be because of a lot of stupidity, but there we were walking down a path behind a haunted building, and we got to talking, and shit, the guy slept on my couch. You know, since it's you know, it was all that shit was worth it to me. So
That sounded
you know,
really ominous. You were walking down this path and then
we
he's
were,
sleeping on your
and we
couch.
locked eyes, and he was like, "Are you Rob?"
Like, what's happening?
He's like, "I have something for you," and he reached into a bag, and I was like, "I'm about to get shot." What didn't work? You know, I'm going to take this piece because the things that didn't go the way I'd hoped they would this past year, most of that's on me. So I'm going to take this. The Patreon piece, Patreon, you know, we had a lot of people sign up. I think we bit off more than we could chew there. It started out pretty strong, and then you know, we fucked it up. We did, and I hope one day we can bring it back and make it up to the folks that stuck with us for so long. But trying to juggle all of this and keep Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of that, and then have something meaningful on Patreon um, in the middle of a little bit of turmoil was not an easy thing. So we're gonna fix that somehow. Merch, that's all me. You know, there's a reason this camera is so close to me right now. Is because I have piles of shit around me. I'm doing everything I can to get caught up with merch and get it, you know, shipped out. There's a lot of back orders. There's a lot of orders just sitting there. And then I think the podcast program was something that um, didn't get quite the right attention. Right? We had some really cool plans for the podcast program. They just never materialized because we were busy. You got to understand that the things that bring in money and pay the bills are where we need to put our focus. It's just what it is. So the podcast program not being one of those, it probably didn't get the attention from me that it should have got, right? Because I kind of offloaded all that shit on to Sarah, and that was unfair. So we're gonna try to fix some things up there on the podcast. I don't know if Sarah even agrees about that, but um, thoughts, Sarah Jane?
You know, I think that what people probably see is, you know, Rob and I, when we began working together with Get Haunted and then bringing Chris in has been even cooler, is that ideas stem from discussions. You know, you start talking about something and then it's like, oh, you know, it'd be cool. And sometimes there's a lot of ideas on the table. And the reality is it takes a lot of time and energy. And, you know, we all, the amount of hours we do put in, you know, we still all have things to do in our life on top of that. So yeah, I think the podcast program meant a lot to me. The idea was strictly about cross promotion. It was about helping each other, being there for each other as hosts. And I think there were moments that it actually worked. And then as life goes and as social media kind of happens, you know, it just kind of, it goes on to the next thing. You have to be constantly changing. So, you know, maybe there's a possibility for podcast program 2.0. I think there's something there. I just think that my kumbaya moment just isn't it. I just don't think it's it. So we'll figure it out.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. So, you know, with that, you know, where a lot of attention's been going lately is indeed here on extreme ticketing. You know, if you look at Get Haunted as a whole, right, not as an event company, not as a merch company, not as a really cool network on Facebook, you know, we offer pretty much everything, not just for the paranormal. This could work for escape rooms. This works for hotels. This works for psychic mediums, any kind of booking type of situation. And, you know, now that we have a really, really solid track record, I mean, last year alone, well over 10,000 tickets were processed through extreme ticketing.
Wow.
It's full of all kinds of different features and functionality that most of the, the big name places don't offer. So we're going to focus a bit more. If you look at Extreme right now and pull the map up, like all those little pins are active events on Extreme ticketing. So, it's kind of cool to look. I want to see that start growing and wider, taller and wider, but it's being used and it works really, really well. I've thought about all of this. Indiana, there you go. This all exists because without the community and without the people on the side and the people that come to our events, there's really no reason for us to be there. So I did want to say thank you to a couple people from me personally. Angelina came into our lives last year, and just getting to know someone that didn't really know before, right? And it's just been really good, really good. Jason McRae, Brittany. There's so many people that I could throw shout outs to, and we'll save that maybe for Wednesday. But everything we do is a reflection of what y'all are asking for. We think it's what you're asking for. The formats, the type of merch. I put a comment. Everybody asked for crop tops. I didn't even know what a crop top was until
I think Chris wanted that. Chris was
and that's fine. He can wear a crop top.
Thank you.
But y'all need to look at this and realize that that is the difference between an audience, right, and a collective. The collective energy of the Get Haunted Network and all the people in it really is what shapes where we go and how we take these things. So again, this all goes back to, I'll model it. This all goes back to you guys. Like, you are why we do this. What Chris said is exactly what Sarah and I feel, and I know most of the people on the crew have expressed the same exact thing. If you didn't react and you didn't provide input, we just would keep doing the same old shit, right? Just the way it is. So with that, we're going to change up. We're not changing up, but we're adding some new faces from the mercenary side. And I don't have everybody in here tonight. I just wanted to put a few in for tonight, but we've got the lovely Devin coming on as Get Haunted crew. She'll be helping us out from the south. You might even see a Get Haunted South. I don't know. You might. But I've known Devin a long time. She's a powerhouse of a human being, right? And she's incredibly smart, and she's got deep roots into the haunted house world. Which she and Chris are really a cool. Shut up. Yeah. Okay. Collective cult. We shortened it. But Devin's coming on. You're going to see and hear a lot more from Devin here in the near future. On 12/22 of this past year, I had a nice lunch that I almost forgot about with Stephen Kometz, who is one of our favorite people on the planet. Been waiting for this day. And he finally reached out and was like, hey, dude, maybe it's time to be a merc. I mean, he's at every friggin' event anyway. So Steven's coming on with, it's covered, but he's digging deeper paranormal. Steven's a great human being. So you'll get to work closely with him if you attend events that he's going to be at. We've got Miss Rachel D'Amico, or Miss Rachel D'Amico. She's coming aboard as a mercenary along with her husband, Keith, who's a friggin' hilarious dude. So we're excited. So those we'll keep those three little announced these three for now. You're going to see more.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see more, and I'm creating these really cool headshots for everybody. We brought Leo and Red on as mercenaries as well, just so everybody knows. Sarah, what was your favorite location to visit last year?
That's really hard to say. But I think the one that stands out, and I hate to throw this at you, Chris, because I know it's yours now, but something about Auglaize Village in Defiance, Ohio, for me, was sort of, and I don't know, like, there's so many great ones. We love the Shanley, right? We love any place in Gettysburg. Like I can do our Cashtown Inn. I can do our tried and trues. But for some reason, Auglaize really, I think, is such an amazing location that is, it's an amazing challenge, not just in the paranormal, but kind of your fear level for some reason. There's something about this location. Do you agree with that, Chris?
I do. Auglaize was definitely up there for me, and yeah, the level of fear at Auglaize, like you said, is a whole nother level. But I would have to say it got beat out for me when I went to Broadwell.
Oh, see, and that's the one I had to miss. We had to miss because of my freaking appendix.
Broadwell was the first location that I saw a physical object move finally, and that was on my paranormal bucket list of ever wanting to see, and I got to experience it there. And so Broadwell has now surpassed Auglaize for me very narrowly, but yes, that one is.
Damn it. I know. I wanted to go there. I wanted to go there so badly.
And those are in Austin Maynard. Those are locations that he manages, and I found him so pleasurable to work with. He's so easy, he's so kind, and he gives you sort of the like, yeah, this is what this location is, and he's not wrong. He gets it. He knows. He's not like dramatic about it, right? So you kind of going in there like, I'm not really sure. Like, he was really cool about Auglaize, and it's like, you didn't set me up for what I was really about to experience there.
Yeah, I don't see you scared often. Mm-hmm. You were scared. I do hate this question, and when I put it in here, I'm like, I don't even want to answer it, because every single location offers something so different, right? Mm-hmm. And different experiences. However, and maybe it's because of timing, because it was kind of recent, or maybe it's just the mysteriousness of what this place is all about. But if I have to pick I don't want to pick the location, but my favorite experience this year was the one that really scared the shit out of me. Stephen was actually there with me, and that was in the basement at New Egypt, which is the basement there is scary to begin with, but that experience, it was a lot. It freaked me out. That in turn freaked everybody out. But there was some validation, because some people saw things happening right at the same time. So I'm going to pick that because it helped shape future events that we're having there. And that's the veil method, which we'll talk about here shortly. And we're having it there. Denise, I did I have nightmares about that though, but that goddamn thing, too.
Well, first of all, Ditto House is an amazing location. It's just that it's so warm and welcoming because of Denise and Ernie. Yeah. Like, you want to go have an amazing family moment and have some of the spirits join in, go to Ditto House, because you're not going to miss out.
Or if you want to see Ernie in his underpants.
Don't call him underpants ever again.
So, we're not going to get too deep in, and we're already 40 minutes into this, but again, we're not just a ghost hunt, right? If you've been out with us, you know what it's like. It's not just here, show up, we're going to take your money, take your ticket, we're going to parade you through this joint and then be like, thanks for coming. We put a lot of time and energy and care into not just the night of, but everything that leads up to it. And everything that you can walk away with. I had word loss there. So things that are changing, right? Things that are changing. Some things that we're adding here. And Chris, I threw your hollow key in there, but the veil method, right? We've got the veil method for us that, early on in the year, the veil method, which is happening at New Egypt because of the dream that I had about what happened down there. And also we have the inner eye at the Masonic Lodge. These two concepts stemmed from real life experience, and actually the inner eye came because of the Ditto House. That sort of is where I started thinking about, this, and then Sarah and I sat there and mapped all this shit out. So the veil method, if you don't know what that is it's a one night event, and the premise is we're going all the way back. We're going way back. There's no equipment. There is zero equipment. In fact, we have a silent arrival. You're not allowed to talk. You can't wear a watch. We're really going to test you. Your guide is not even human. So you'll be guided through most of the night by a digital spokesperson. There's no books. You'll be comparing experiences. It's all about really getting in touch with yourself, and letting the location dictate the investigation more than you. I think what happens is we all get this weird sense of security and dominance because we're in there asking the questions and setting up the experiments. We're going to flip the tables and we're going to flip the script on this. So that's what that's about. Sarah, can you talk about what inner eye is?
Well, I think inner eye is basically a step up from making sense of your senses. I think we're taking it and really breaking it down, but doing it inside a very specific location, doing it for 4 times, 1 per month for 4 months, which gives you time to build a relationship with that location using very limited technology and really taking time to learn inside the location about yourself. It's one thing to do a show and talk about it, and that's great. It gives you a base, right? But to go into these locations, this one particular location, which happens to be a Masonic Lodge, to be able to go in there and to work on these self-awareness exercises and also some spiritualism exercises along with light technology. We're not going to fill you with a lot of equipment on that one either, but to build that relationship for 4 months, and really, and to walk away after each month, walk away with some lessons and exercises that we would want you to practice and kind of go over before you go to the next inner eye event, all leading up to number 5 for those who do all 4 with us, to be invited to a to be announced location to just be the inner eye paranormal core that goes in there and investigates together. Not a public event.
Not an event.
This is for people who took the time, that are really looking to step up their game by stepping back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She does. So, and that's a 4-part series, and each one builds upon the last. Doesn't mean we did have someone reach out the other day. It doesn't mean you can't. There are tickets available for the individuals, and we're kicking around ideas and ways to make, like if you can only come to 3, and you can't make the 4th, we'll find a way to make it up to you. We didn't really map that out yet. And then we have the order of the hollow key.
This is so intriguing to me.
Freaking stupid good.
Can I share a video on that real quick?
Yes.
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 All right.
Yes.
Let me share my screen. Right.
So cool.
All right. You guys ready? Let's see.
Yes.
History has a way of hiding the things we aren't meant to find. But for some, the curiosity is too loud to ignore. This is the Order of the Hollow Key. This is not a game of jump scares. It is a professional pursuit of the truth and a respect for those left behind. Memories trapped in the stone and buried beneath the floorboards of the places we've forgotten, like Stone Mansion, Blackfoot Jail, and beyond. These are just some of the places you will face the unbound using the tools of the trade. But the investigation doesn't end when the sun rises. Between events, the mystery follows you home. Ciphers in your inbox, artifacts in your mailbox. 4 witness keys, 2 seeker keys, 2 oracles, 8 keys in total, 8 months. Your choices will decide how the Thorn inheritance ends. The registry is now open. Will you answer the call?
That is so freaking cool.
So it's a different take on a season pass. We got 3 different things, 3 different categories depending on how much you want to interact. There is a fictional story that is an overarching story that happens between the events through getting emails and ciphers sent to your house. Also, if you go through, you are given equipment. You earn equipment throughout, and that's yours to keep. And I'm talking like in the top package, you're looking at the Gansfield goggles. You're getting leather satchels. You're getting journals to write your stuff in, and the whole thing is about preserving the history of the location. So you have to do your research by these ciphers and that before you go to the location. And it may be a task like go into the jail cell of the youngest inmate at Blackford Jail, sit for 5 minutes and take a picture, post it on social media to preserve the history. So there is so much that's going to happen with this, and like I said, a lot of keepsakes that you will also take. But we have a 3-event package, a 4-event package, and a 6-event package, and there's only 8 spots total. So
And just
extremely
like that, Get Haunted Midwest is no longer going to be a thing. It is now. Chris, that is so like this is one thing, you know, when you did come to Rob and you were really interested in being a part of this, no doubt ever entered my mind that you were going to knock it out of the park with your creativeness. And it's what I do love, because you do carry the mission on of Get Haunted, but you infuse it with that Chris Smith creativity. And I think this is a beautiful bridge between the people that have followed your horror trip, right, and the paranormal community. I mean, what a great way to bring that together. And now I want to be one of the 8 that participates in this.
Yeah. Well, and just so you know, he sent us 5% off coupon codes.
Yep.
I didn't get one.
I know he sent it to me because I'm the boss.
Okay.
Okay.
That is, and what a great video. And is that something that you're going to be, and I apologize because I haven't really been on social media scrolling, but is that something that's going to be out there for people to watch?
Yeah. So right now I haven't really released. That's the first time we've shown the video. After this, it'll probably be on the Get Haunted Midwest page. But like to look at the tickets, you can go to the Extreme Ticketing. The tickets are up there, so you can see what type of events and that come with each package.
Yeah, and we're gonna scroll that page here
Okay,
in
cool.
a little bit, and we'll show everybody where it's at. So I'm hoping y'all on the side are kind of digging this, right? You know, it's Baskin Robbins, man. 31 flavor. Is it 31 flavors they got? I don't know what it is. It's not like other ice cream. We're trying to bring you into the picture a bit more. So there's that. Chris mentioned season pass. Like, again, we didn't rehearse this. There were some questions, and I did. I went and looked at the season passes, and I'm like, it may not be clear what you're getting. Let me take comments down for a minute. For at least for Get Haunted, not Midwest, these are our season pass events right now. Doesn't mean that you're limited to it. So there's 3 and 5 event season passes. I think I don't even remember anymore, Sarah. But when you buy a season pass, you get to pick any one of these events. Now, I know you all are looking at the one that's not on there right now, and that's Waverly Hills. That's a VIP private event for the Ditto House. Your season pass could apply to the Ditto House. It does not apply to Waverly Hills, just so you know. But we're going to be in the area, but it is an add-on to it in a way. So if you're going to be part of the Ditto House crew, then you might have an opportunity to come to Waverly with us, maybe. But it's private and it is VIP, so you just got to prove you're a VIP somehow. But we've got season pass for the NRI. We've got season pass for White Hill, McClay Mansion. We've got Franklin County Jail, which isn't even on there. There's a bunch. Grand Midway Hotel, which is not live yet, but it's coming. And we have a really cool location in Pennsylvania that I'm not going to announce yet in September on the 26th. And then we have one in another Missouri event on October 17th, which I'm not going to announce yet. It's mostly because I don't have pictures to make it.
But two very much worth. Once you see those go live, you're going to be really excited for both of those.
Yourself a little bit. Maybe. So, just want to land back on this for a minute. So, cross promotion. Now, if you're on the network page and you watch Rob's posts, we started this thing and we built it on the notion that cross promotion was the currency. And I've written multiple times that, this pond can get overfished. It can. So, if you want bigger fish, you need a bigger pond. That's just how it works. So what I'm noticing a lot now is a lot of just drive by. We're a checkbox for people to share their stuff, right? Some people that I've helped in the past, and that part kind of gets under my skin a little bit. And I do look. I do check. So my latest post about commercial posting, at least, I want to see teams grow. I want to watch the mercenaries grow. And then the reason we had to get new mercenaries is because our old school mercenaries are off doing their own thing now. The kids have left home, and now we need to adopt some new ones. So if you're going to post on the network page for your events, some of which compete with us, right? Which is fine because we don't look at it as a competition. We do believe that the pond is big enough for all these fish. But if you don't share back, you become the lowest priority that we have. And there's a massive queue of people waiting to post inside of our network. And it's not to be a dick, but it is to make sure that the people that do support us in that way get the priority. It's not a big ask. If you're a streaming service and you're trying to post every day, or you got somebody trying to post every day, and you've not once shared out our pages, you're going to the bottom of the list. That's just how it's going to work. And that's not gatekeeping. That's not being keeping people out. It's simply prioritizing and putting the people that do put the time and effort in first. We have Sarah, we have Terry, we have a bunch of people that spend time looking at and approving these posts. That's their time. And I want to make sure that their time is spent wisely and that our space is spent wisely and that you guys see the things that really matter, you know, and that is the difference between community growth and exploitation. So, not being a dick, it's my post, those were my words, and that's our rules on the page. It's just kind of how it works. So, if you're mad at me because your posts are not being posted right away, sorry. All right. Here's the first piece of something that we're working on, and I'm not going to give you a whole shit ton of info on it, but we're going to talk about it here for a minute. Get Connected is going to be this piece about working together. A lot of people working together. It's about networking. It's about connecting with others. And we have some outside partnerships that it looks like are going to be a part of this. And it's about shared momentum. And it's not about profit. And once the details come out, you'll understand. And it's about promotion that moves as a collective, where we don't keep people in boxes and we don't separate people for profit. And that's how I'm going to put this. And the people that are part of this and working together will exponentially benefit from it. Growth happens faster when creative people support creative people. Look at Chris. Look at Chris and Get Haunted. Look at all the other talented and amazing people that have worked hard. If you look at what Rock Island was this year, that was a collective of creative people creating a vibe. And then a community coming together to make that bigger than I ever thought it could be. So that's what Get Connected is going to be about. It's when success is built with people and not sold to them. There's going to be no politics, no cut, and we don't want anything from anybody. We just want success. There'll be no contracts and there will be no limits. This is not even a soft launch yet, but once that hard launch comes, you're going to see it. And it's going to make sense to you. And it's a completely different take on things that exist already in this field that I think hurt it. Sarah, do you have any words?
Well, I think what I love the most about this is it's something we've already done, right? This is really, to me, and Chris is living proof of that. That's what the network really was. It was your networking opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And those people that aren't afraid to come in and do work, such as Chris, got it. Right? You get in there. We have many teams that have formed because of our network, and they're out there now being successful. Next of Kin has an amazing 2026 already set up for themselves. That you're going to see some big things coming from them, and it's because they networked and gave back and supported and also were given and supported. So I think what I love about this is, and I've said this to you, this is really Get Haunted Network, just it's just packaged to say, look, for those that can't see it and you're not getting what the network is, it's laid out in a very nice, neat package now. So I love this. I love this because it comes back to one of your very first slides. It's all about the community. It's not about a certain level. It's about you. It's about your experience. It's how you want to express it and how you want to go out there and find how to express it. It's going to be right here with Get Connected.
It is. Think of it conceptually as a hub to find some amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave it at that. One of those amazing things.
Oh,
Is going to be, or is, it already is, there's
mm-hmm.
things happening in the background. The Iron Gate Home for Haunted Relics. If you haven't seen Eric and what he's building right now, you should find it. And there'll be a link here, and his page is here, and I even have a little picture of
there he
Eric
is
right there. That's Eric Testerman. He's a great guy. He's an amazing person, and he has an amazing collection of haunted objects, or allegedly haunted, in case the crazies are watching. They're allegedly haunted. And we want to showcase Eric and his collections, and we want to connect Eric to a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. So Eric is sort of one of the seeds of this thing. So get ready, because Get Connected is going to start connecting people to places and things.
Mm-hmm.
Nouns.
And see that right there, right? Eric has a passion, and sort of, if you follow his page, he's sharing sort of where his journey started, right? So being able to connect him to the community and allow people, this is how it grows, right? This is how he can start to meet people and talk and ideas. And Kaylee just also popped on from Forgotten Frames. You know, this is how this happens. You get in there and you start to put that toe into that pond you're talking about, and you're like, okay, wait, I have something I want to express and do. And when you find those people to encourage you, beautiful big things happen. And so if you're not a part of this Iron Gate, I will say to be able to it's a conversation. He's in there allowing conversations, and he's allowed me to ask my stupid questions, you know, and he gets right in there and tries to satiate me and answer. So it is a really cool way of introducing people you may not have ever seen. Like, this is the beautiful thing. It's so diverse. This whole thing is so diverse.
And some that you have seen, right? And so when we talk about exponential growth, right, Eric's got his 269 followers right now, right? And we've got our 6,000 on the network. And then when he gets his 6,000, so we're sharing platforms and sharing reach. Everybody wins, right? So everybody here right now should be running over to that page and giving them a follow. Who doesn't like haunted objects? And who knows where you're going to see Eric, or where he'll be available to, you know, do things, or where he might tag along. There's some really cool shit coming. And again, there's some outside similar pieces that might come together with this. So Get Connected is really going to be a place where it's exactly what it looks like. How do you stand out? How do you find that one person in this incredibly crowded place that we call social media? We're going to find out.
Yeah.
With that, you know, inside of that, you know, this is something. Hey, Mike, how are you? This is something that we've been kicking around. This does not really have legs yet, but Get Haunted University, and Sarah and I have been talking about this for a while now, and then this, I don't know, lately, I don't know if you guys have been seeing School, like School, SKO.
SKOOL.
Yeah. We're trying to put together a place where people with content can come together. People like Stacy Talich, people like Brittany, people like Chris, people like Sarah and her macrame.
No more macrame.
No more, you're out.
Screw those knots.
Her cardboard box gluing together. Illinois University is on it's on the to-do list for next year. It doesn't have legs yet. But again, we're trying to create a space here where people can not only come to events, but come learn together, share together, and explore together in a variety of different ways. So that's yet another piece of the pie for 2026. And I only have a couple more slides if you guys.
I'm good. Chris is getting seepy.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris is like,
I'm good. Freezing up here. I did put on a hoodie. Paracons. Just want to touch on that. We do get a lot of questions about Paracons. Are you going to be there? We get asked to be at a lot. We're going to go lighter on the bigger Paracons this year. We just are. For a million different reasons. But this year you won't see us at many of the big ones. We are going to try to focus on some of the smaller ones and helping out where we can there. Sarah, do you have any words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. Paracons. So I am honored again to be working with Candy. Get haunted working with Candy. Totally different vibe this year for the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo 26. But in general, I think that there are so many beautiful things and ways to connect with the community in a very meaningful way, and smaller, more intimate moments where we really get to know each other is sort of the vibe, I think, for us, putting our energy into exactly what our mission is. And that is, like you said, it's lending our platform, our Get Haunted Army to those that are dipping their feet into giving this stuff a try, and build and really connecting those bridges, I think. So I think again, we've talked about this, the trends sort of take over, and Paracons are trending. We kind of noticed that, right? Paracons are a trend right now. And there are some beautiful things going on out there, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. But I think for me personally, where I want to see myself is in a little bit more intimate situation and get to know people, and not just be seen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about them, Chris?
I love Paracons. I wish that I could do all Paracons. However, I also really want to do events every weekend. So
yeah. It's hard, right? To do it all.
Yeah. Say that now. Yeah. You say that. Talk to me in June. You're gonna be like, what was I thinking? Yeah. So and for me, we've done them all. We really have, and there's a lot of rinse and repeat. From this is my observation. How many times I can see the same people, places, and the same nouns. I do. I'd much rather, at this point, get to. That was my only. Last year we were just so busy at Rock Island, we didn't get to fucking talk to anybody, and it was over before I even knew it. And I'm like, God damn it! I didn't even shake hands or hug people, or I
didn't get to see Chris's immersive, which I'm super mad at.
Do that. Well, I almost did, and the girl broke it. I mean, we had friends there that we didn't even get to say hello to. Um, and Paracons are they're cool. Don't get me wrong, and we make fucking good money at them. So that part will be kind of sucky, but it's changing a little light this year for us, and we're not going to say yes to. We've already turned down like I think 3.
Well, and it's I feel like this year for us, at least for the Get Haunted brand, it's not just we're not just checking off boxes here. You know, sometimes what we see is everybody says yes to all the cons, and then of course as things approach it, like Chris said, I mean, you want to do events, you want to do your own investigations, you want to create your own content, you can't go to all of them. But I think sometimes we're just all rushing to these and we all say yes to all of them and we get our banners and we're sharing them all out, and that's great for the Paracon because it's getting some advertisement. But I think for me, 2026 needs to be meaningful. It needs to be really, really meaningful. It needs to not just impact the community, but it also needs to impact myself to be able to encourage the community. And I think sometimes we get a little lost doing that repetition, like you said, and it kind of, you know, it's just time. It's just time. I'm the community too, folks. Like,
yeah, and so the ones that we do have lined up, we'll announce those soon. We're sponsoring at least one that we know of right now, or two that we know of right now. And they're not, you know, the massive ones. So we're just doing. We're gonna march to the beat of our own drum in 2026. We might doesn't mean we're not going to attend, show up, and walk around and say hi.
Yeah,
it means I'm not fucking parking my ass behind a table, hawking shirts and flashlights and shit to you guys next year. I do. I want to talk to more people and spend time not sitting there doing that. So we'll figure it all out. But that part's not exactly done yet. So those are all the slides. I mean, 20. That's a glimpse, a peek behind the curtain, or under the curtain, depending on how weird you are. What Get Haunted and Get Haunted Midwest are up to for 2026. We're doing things a little different. We're never gonna just stop the old school standard stuff, but we are adding new things. And what we're learning is that people are looking for something different. People are looking to be more immersed into it. It's not just buy a ticket, show up, and go hunt. So we're excited to offer some new things, and we tried to make it more affordable. Right? If you look at the season passes, right, you save a fair amount. You save a fair amount of money if you get a season pass. You basically get a free event out of it. So if you're, it's definitely worth looking into. And we've come down a little bit in certain prices for certain things. Mercenaries. And by the way, every time you buy a Get Haunted ticket, I don't know if Chris has this set up, but you get your own link. It's called word of mouth marketing. So if you're going to come with 4 or 5 people, buy your ticket, and then use your link to get your friends to buy their tickets, and you get credit back. You get credit back on every single ticket that's sold with your link, and that credit goes into your Extreme ticketing account that you can use towards future tickets, and the percentages are pretty good. I should have put that in here, but we had enough. We had 28 slides. That was enough. Look at that. We're at an hour and 15 minutes. So there's a lot of things that we're trying to do to give back to you guys for next year, from event styles and locations, new locations, to affiliate marketing type things like what I just talked about, to highlighting you. That's pretty much where I'm at, Sarah Jane.
I think that, you know, getting back to our mission, which has always been about investigating with you, exploring with you, sharing your voice, with our voice, getting back to that, and understanding that the paranormal belongs to us all, is huge. And I think what I'm most excited about for 2026 is getting back to how, our conversations, which we've been having more and more of those, just talking about the theories and experiences, but adding Chris's piece into it, there's great crossover there too. Like, we hope that everybody shares in it. Like, if you guys are enjoying these events, we would love to hear those things on social media. Share your experience, put it out there that you're having a great time. We want to hear if there's something we're taking what we hear, even the suggestions that are like, yeah, this needs to be worked on. But share what's stop with the trend of it and get back into your experience. That's what I want to see for 2026 for so many people. And I think what I'm excited to see is how people experience with Chris. I mean, we almost need to, we're going to need to do like a show where when Chris does a few of his immersives, how those differences of experiences are, because I think people need to hear that. It might offer somebody that might not understand what that immersive piece is.
Here's what I'll tell you.
Uh-oh.
I watched somebody literally tear the fucking booth down during his, like, I thought this person got shot. I had no idea what happened. She lost her mind inside of this thing. It scared her that deeply, to the point where I couldn't. I was next. I was going to experience it. That all of a sudden things come flying out of the booth, the shit's falling over. I was like, okay, I guess I'm not going to get to do that.
And what does that? I'm so curious. Especially, you're going to be doing that at Broadwell, right? You'll be doing immersives there.
Oh, so yeah, so Broadwell, we have two add-ons for. We have the Midnight Seance,
Mm-hmm.
and then we also have an audio immersive, similar, and it's a continuing story from the one that we beta tested at Rock Island, but it is a 30 to 40 minute experience where you are in a room. There's props there with you, and you interact with the props and you follow the guidance of the headpiece. So, audio immersives are not new. They've been around for some time, but to do them in haunted locations, it's going to add a whole new level of fear.
Yeah.
So excited about it. And, the thing that I really want to push is like the stuff that Get Haunted and Get Haunted Midwest do. Like, these are events. These are big events. They're not a Saturday night investigation. Every single one of our things has something special to it. And that's what sets us apart from the rest.
An experience. It's not.
Yes.
And we do have one. We have one secret thing. Chris is helping with.
Just one.
No, well.
Is it so secret? I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
No, you know what it is. You've seen what he created. Some of it. This show is almost over. I'll tell you. It's very, 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 very different. It's very different, and it's just cool. I can't.
Oh, well, we have, I guess Doi. We do. We have a couple. I'm just sitting here going, wait a minute, what about? So I think that's what's real. I agree with you, Chris. It's about the event, but I think the other piece that we do really well is that how we bring people together truly does start to create circles to be able to see. So I'm excited to see Chris bring people together. I'm curious what teams or what groups will be created from your events, Chris.
Yeah.
And who you will have that will, maybe it will be Heidi. I feel like she's already well invested.
Heidi's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, but to see those people come on, and they truly are, that they are the word of mouth that will be able to say, like, no, seriously, you need to come, and it becomes comfortable. And we've really been, I am proud of that piece of Get Haunted, and I think sometimes that gets a little overshadowed, because that's the real world. It's not social media, it's the real world. So get in the real world with us, come do these events. Get Haunted Midwest, Get Haunted. Check these out, meet your family, meet your friends, meet your next biggest obsession. I have a feeling, Chris, you're going to have people, like, seriously, I don't know if some of these events, like, if they are at the same time as ours. Like, I almost, like, we got to go to one.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Blackford Jail, you get to sleep in an actual cell overnight.
Oh, okay. Well, that I want to do. Do we have to do the order of the key for that? No, because that's only 8 spots.
Yeah.
Why? What? Yeah, we can't be freaking Sarah out too much. Hold on. I'm just gonna. Yeah, my PC just went. Stupid.
Yeah, Micah, you need to come. You got to come over. I mean, it's just, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a great year. I think we're going to see, a reignite of passion of actual paranormal. And I know you're going to get it with Chris, and you're going to get it with our newest Get Haunted events. You're going to remember what the paranormal is truly about. It's not about all the crap you see on social media. It is there's actual things to talk about. There's theories, there's thoughts, and to add immersive to a haunted location, what does that bring? What does that create? Does it excite the spirits that are there? Does it create something bigger and better? This is how you discover it. You get in there, get your hands dirty, right?
Is this working?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, because my PC is like really hating me right now.
Oh, Heidi, we're gonna go with you. Don't you worry, girl.
Got all kinds of different events, throughout the year. I mean, it's all here, kids. Here's your Hollow Keys, Waverly Hills.
There's some great stuff on there. Like, seriously, there's some great locations.
Come check it out. There's Expo.
I know, right, Boston? Looking
There's
good.
so much for you to look at. So many things.
Boston, we were just saying we're going to need a new 2026 intro. Just saying, you did a really good job for 2025. Going to need it.
I don't know if I'm still here.
You are. You are still here.
Sorry, my laptop's ugly today.
Like, are you even? Can you see the show?
No, I can. It just came back.
It's like, uh-oh. Yeah, yo. Well, I'm excited. I hope, everybody go out and help support Chris. Again, it is small businesses. We hear about it all the time. Support your local businesses. Here's a small local business. And we're keeping it within the paranormal. So help out a brother.
Seriously. I don't post a lot of pictures of Leo anymore because times are tough, and I've been shaving him and eating his fur.
Nice. Yeah, you can do that, Boston. You can put 2026. Put a couple new pictures of some events, and it'll be perfect. Yeah, it's time. Chris, any parting words you'd like to give to?
No, just excited for 2026 and what the future holds for all of us, because it's going to be a lot of exciting stuff to share out. I can't wait.
Do I have
my lips look like I'm wearing lipstick.
Are you wearing lipstick?
Not tonight.
No. I don't know where it went. I had a magic 8 ball. I was going to shake it up and see what it said for, are we going to have a kick-ass year? But I think we are.
I have dice. I have dye.
I think it's time. We are right. It is going to be a great year, 2026. I don't know what that means, though.
I don't either. Something. That's my magpie.
Yeah, it's your magpie.
Um,
Oh, don't forget, folks, there is a great event for January 3rd. You don't even have to leave the comfort of your house. In fact, there is no need to leave the comfort of your house. You can check out the Black Ravens Winter's Veil Divination Night. That is January 3rd. If you head on over to the network, you're going to see the event itself, and I'll go ahead and repost that so you don't have to go digging for it. I'll repost it after the show. But go check that out because you can have an amazing reading with Miss Get Batty with Brittany Schaefer, say it right, Rob. Schaefer. So that's right. Black Ravens Winter's Veil Divination Night. Book a spot with her. There's only a few left. And you know what? If you guys didn't catch it a couple Mondays ago, she did some magpie readings with us, and people were like, they were so accurate. It was crazy. It was so accurate. It was crazy.
Yeah. There was people were tweeting.
Yeah, right. Micah, so good. She rocks. So book those few spots that are left. So don't forget and go support Black Raven, please. That would be super cool of you too. So that's really what it's all about, folks. Get haunted. It is about cross promoting. It's about remembering community. Don't get stuck on one way or one sort of group or person or whatever. Come on. There are so many beautiful, diverse thoughts and theories out there. Go discover them. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, make it happen.
Make it happen.
Go buy your season passes too.
Get on the order of the hollow key.
Get on the key.
Get on the key.
So, yeah, look, Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We had a fair amount of people watching.
We did.
Right? You want the dice, Icy? They are dope. I think these were a Kickstarter find. And you can change the batteries when they go dead. And they're aluminum. Look at that.
You're not doing it right. You're supposed to you got to put it up like this.
Oh, who was doing that the other day?
That's all influencers. You got to do this.
Here's my dice.
No, you're not doing it right.
Okay.
Really get it up there.
Oh.
Stick your head off to the side.
Okay. I can't. My microphone's hitting me in the mouth.
Night candy.
All right. New stuff coming, new events, new merch, new services, new, you name it. It's going to be new.
New Rob.
Socks, new Rob.
New socks. We need to get on in Midwest
coming.
socks. Order of the hollow key socks. Maybe they can get socks if they come on, Chris.
I mean, we're already giving them Gansfield goggles. I don't know if I got in the budget for socks.
No. Oh, now we're gonna design some goggle socks.
Goggles.
That's what they're gonna need. Goggle socks. I know somebody. You can just print on demand. So, yeah.
I've heard of a place.
They will get a whole lot more than socks.
Whoa.
Whatever that means.
Uh-oh.
All right. I'm feeling like having a little tea cookie right now.
Okay. I guess he's done. He's done. Well, folks, 2026 is here. We are day one coming to a close, going into day two. But the message never changes because you are the good in community. So thank you for being the good out there in the paranormal. And you know what we always say here at Get Haunted? We see you. We do. And we certainly appreciate you. And you know that we love you. That's why we're going to kick ass in 2026. So join along for the ride. Get ready because shit's about to get super real. So with that, we'll say goodnight. Peace.